Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. Well, happy July. Uh, I am. I'm in such a good mood right now because I this hostel that I'm staying at right now. I just changed over from another hostel I haven't seen in almost a decade. I stayed here for 2 nights one time. What had happened was in 2016, I was competing in the ICGA here in Taipei and took a 2 week holiday here. And was in another hostel, and I I don't handle conflict very well. What had happened was I I was in my I was in the doorway about to go to my room when one of my roommates starts a conversation. He's long winded, and I get mosquito bites all over my leg, and I can't seem to end that conversation. I'm upset. And long story short, I didn't want to stay at that hostel with him anymore, so I left and ended up here for 2 nights. And while here, we went on a hike near Taipei 101. Had a good time, and then I discovered another hostel in downtown Taipei, which is why I hadn't stayed here for 9 years. It's really funny when you go back to somewhere you haven't been in 9 years, and it's just the way it was. It's really unusual. It's a really unusual feeling, and it gave me a nice sense of everything's going to be all right. And 9 years, 9 years, if you can believe that. Think of all that's gone down in 9 years, right? I hadn't started my bismuth art project yet. I certainly hadn't done the Lego ideas yet. I I was working at a technology startup. I hadn't pivoted my career into I'm a professor now, right? And so career pivots, art projects, and then obviously I let me see where my relationship was. I hadn't met so just before COVID broke out, I had a girlfriend. Actually, we broke up over COVID, and that takes us to my recent return to the dating scene, right, with the distant cousin of Eve Curry and the girl here in Taipei. And so a lot has gone down in 9 years, and I'm back. It's just such a weird feeling to be back somewhere you hadn't been in 9 years. It is. Uh, I'm gonna have to think about other places I haven't been in a long time. But today marks a month since I quit masturbating. And, I'm very upset about one thing. Ever since I left on my vacation, all of my life goals seem so much easier. Like right now, I look at the clock, it's almost 1 o'clock, and I've already fasted 13 hours, and I didn't even realize it. That does not play out like that when I'm working. Something about my work is stressing me out. And I don't know what because I like all of my students. I like most of my colleagues. There are one or two that sometimes get on my nerves, but something about my work is stressing me out to the point that life goals become what should be easy life goals become insurmountable. Like today, it's July 1st, and without even thinking about it, I've gone a month without masturbating. Back home, it's hard to go a week. Back home, it's a lot harder to go a week than it is to go a month here when I'm on vacation. And I don't fucking know why. If I knew what was stressing me out, at least I could work on it. Right? That's the most frustrating part of it. It's kind of like how people ghost me. Like earlier this week, I was on a hike with a bunch of my roommates at the hostel, and everybody interacted with other people. I felt ignored. And I asked these people straight up, hey, I trust you guys. Can you answer an honest question? Can I trust you guys? Sure. What's the question? I said, I noticed that I haven't been getting a lot of interaction tonight. And, I'm just about to A, go on a date, and B, I have a job interview coming up. And I like to have some answers. It's okay that, we didn't vibe, but I like some answers. I kind of cleaned it up a little bit, but the gist of what I said was that. And they didn't know. Well, they told me there's nothing wrong with me, just be yourself. And, I got the sense that there was something, but they didn't know it. It was subconscious, right? Just like how back home, I'm only subconsciously stressed, right? I can't point to this thing is making it hard for me, that thing is making it hard for me, right? If my boss were to ask me, hey, Peter, I noticed that your eating disorders are riling up. You eat a whole lot better when you're on vacation. Is there anything I could do for you? I literally could not tell him, right? And that's the most frustrating part of it, right? And I wish I knew. If you guys know, feel free to let. That's the most frustrating thing when there's something and it's only subconscious and you can't answer it. That's the most frustrating part of it, because then you can't get any feedback. It's kind of like you go to a restaurant, and studies have shown that people tip based on very subconscious things, right? Even a very small detail can make a huge change in the tip amount, which is why we need to get rid of tipping culture, because now people are behaving subconsciously, and whether or not you make it is subconscious. And working at a restaurant in the United States is now akin to like just pulling a slot lever, right? You never know when you're going to get a good tip or bad tip, and you have very little control. Studies show you have very little control over it. But that's something that I need to figure out, because my life is depending on it now. Because here in Taiwan, like I said, regular 24-hour fast without even thinking about it, going a whole month without masturbating, without even having to think about it, being able to sleep when my head hits the pillow without even have to think about it. These are luxuries back home in the United States. But unfortunately, these things are really life or death if you really stop to think about it. And I really need, this is only, believe it or not, only only the third time I've ever gone at least a month without masturbating. The first time was obviously the first 11 years of my life. The second time was back in 2022. And here we are, the third time I've ever had a month without masturbating in my life. So please show your support by liking this video. This is the Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum.